You may have seen some posts on social media about what looked like a ribbon of lights illuminating the night sky. Elon Musk's SpaceX launched 53 Starlink satellites late last week from Florida and dropped them into low Earth orbit, according to the company. So, to find out more about the technology behind this, I'm joined now by Kevin Andrews, a technology teacher, podcaster, and blogger on the latest digital trends. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
So what can you tell us about this Starlink satellite or connection of them?
Yeah, like you mentioned, Starlink is the brainchild of Elon Musk, the Tesla guy. And so, it's a low Earth orbit satellite internet service provider that offers high-speed internet access to some 32 countries, and Canada included. And so at the moment, it's using a network of around 1,900 satellites. I think he plans to launch a total of 12,000 of them. And so these satellites are considered low Earth orbit satellites. They're about 550 kilometers outside the Earth's atmosphere. And they beam the internet down to a small receiver dish that can attach to your house or trailer and then pretty much give you high-speed internet.
So does it work on the same technology as the other big providers here in Canada, like Bell and Rogers?
Well, the technologies are different in some ways and the same in others. Let me explain. So all internet service provider companies are providing internet to a person's house. It's just in most cases, the big providers like Bell and Rogers and several of the other small companies use a physical wire to connect to your house to allow you for internet access. Starlink is sort of a wireless high-speed connection technology that uses satellites, much like sort of the wireless data connection for your phone. And so Starlink Internet is mainly for people in more remote locations who either can't get internet at all or are not happy with their current satellite internet speeds or reliability. And, companies like Bell and Rogers and ExploreNet also provide satellite internet to Canadians, but, there are many who still can't get it or have very unreliable speeds and connection problems. And so, based on my research, it looks as if Starlink seems to be a more reliable and faster satellite internet provider.
So this must create quite a few possibilities to rural parts of the country like ours.
Yeah, for sure. I think the possibilities now are endless. For instance, those who have to travel for school and learn from home, can certainly do that now from their house. Clinics and hospitals usually now can quickly, securely connect to a larger urban medical centers with specialists and have ability to connect to the more advanced equipment. Patients can now, view online medical records, make payments and schedule appointments, or even chat with doctors online, all of, without driving into the nearest city. And so, I think communities in Newfoundland who are rural, who lack this internet infrastructure are basically left in the dark for sure.
Is this available here in Newfoundland and Labrador?
It definitely is, and so I heard from one guy from Fogo Island. He had to wait several months before he received the internet package. He thought it was a little pricey, but he was happy with the speeds and reliability. And he mentioned to me there's a website you can go to. It's www.starlink.com. And if you type in your current address, it'll let you know then if it's available in your area.
Okay, and I was going to ask, too, if it is an expensive alternative at this stage.
Yeah, it's there seems to be a high buy-in cost for sure, especially if you're on a budget. In Canada, the cost of the Starlink is about $759. You've got about a $70 shipping charge up front. So I think in total, all the hardware, which is shipped to you, is a little over $800. Then you've got a $140 a month contract that you would have to pay for unlimited internet. And so the kit includes all the necessary hardware, including a dish, the tripod, a Wi-Fi router, supply kit, and cables.
We're speaking with Kevin Andrews, a technology teacher, podcaster, and blogger on the latest digital trends. And Kevin, is this the first time something like this was tried?
Well, not really. Satellite internet has been around for more than 2 decades. It was just very slow, unreliable, and expensive. In the last decade, Bell and Rogers and ExploreNet successfully, provided satellite internet to many Canadians. Again, it was just expensive, somewhat unreliable, and unavailable to everybody. Even Google tried its hand at this technology. Looking back, they tried to provide basic internet to third world countries by flying hot air balloons high up in the sky. They called it Google Loon. And I think in 2017, it sort of helped bring internet connectivity to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria destroyed the island's telecommunications infrastructure. And so, just as Ukraine's communications infrastructure is now getting destroyed, it looks as if Starlink is helping with that as well. So it's been done before. However, I think, with Musk's Starlink, this technology seems to be much more reliable, faster, and widely available, all of which makes for more competition, and I think resulting in better and hopefully cheaper consumer prices.
Yeah, and on that note, I was going to ask, do you think this will become the way of the future?
No question. Tanya O'Callaghan, who is Canadian's Internet Regulation Authority, said that Musk's Starlink technology has really changed lives, providing fast, high-speed internet in remote areas in Canada that has little or very slow internet. So, experts predict that the internet will become like electricity, less visible, yet more deeply embedded into people's lives. And so Goody Hutchings, who is the federal minister for rural economic development, recently stated that, they have allotted $55 million in partnership with Rogers and using XploreNet satellite technology to connect the internet to all Canadians. And I think Hitchings said that, they've made a commitment to get sort of 98% of Canada connected by 2027. And they're saying 100% by 2030. So, if you're not willing to wait that long, then Starlink might be your fastest option. I think just keep in mind that the next time you're looking up at the night sky and you see moving lights, it's probably not a UFO, but maybe one of, Starlink's many satellites beaming high-speed internet down to Canadians in remote locations.
Kevin Andrews, technology teacher, podcaster, and blogger on the latest digital trends. You leave us with lots to think about. Thank you for making all this make sense this morning.
Thanks for having me, Ben.